7. Things high-value people never tolerate. Stoic philosophy. Have you ever found yourself in a situation where someone was rude, disrespectful, or tried to diminish your worth? That's part of life, threes. But here's a truth. Not everyone realizes high-value people never let such negativity hurt them, simply because they do not allow it to infiltrate their inner world. It's not talent or luck that sets them apart, threes. It's their personal standards and the non-negotiables they uphold that define them, threes. Especially through the lens of Stoic philosophy, high-value individuals know precisely what to avoid in order to maintain clarity and dignity. This video and article is for you if you are determined to elevate your life, stay composed, and earn deeper respect day after day. 1. High-value people and their non-negotiable principles. In the Stoic worldview, self-worth does not come from possessions or others' opinions. It stems from your unwavering commitment to your own principles. High-value individuals are not easily swayed by trends or external pressure, threes. They live deliberately, consciously choosing what to accept and what to reject, threes. Thus, what they refuse to tolerate reflects the nobility of their inner character. Let's explore the 7 things these people never tolerate. 2. Disrespect. No one can fully control how others behave, threes, but high-value individuals know exactly how to control what treatment they allow from others. Stoics do not need to respond with violence or harsh words when disrespected. They know how to calmly and firmly set boundaries. I respect you, but I expect the same in return, threes. If that's not possible, I will choose to disengage, threes. Calmness is the sharpest answer to disrespect, threes. High-value people never allow others to demean them, not even once. Part 3. Constant negativity. Stoics understand deeply the power of mental environment, threes. Living among negativity is like breathing polluted air, threes. It won't kill you immediately, but it will wear you down. High-value people refuse to participate in endless complaining, critical conversations and pessimistic circles. They do not hate negative people. They simply say, I can be empathetic, but I don't need to immerse myself in it, threes. 4. Dishonesty. Trust is the most valuable asset for high-value individuals, threes. When you are honest, you don't have to remember what you said, threes. Transparency grants freedom. Stoics never tolerate dishonesty, whether from others or themselves. If someone repeatedly lies, they don't argue or accuse. They quietly distance themselves. Honesty with oneself is equally vital. They don't make excuses for procrastination or failures. They face reality and seek improvement. Part 5. Loss of emotional control. High-value people know this. Those who are easily angered are easily controlled. Therefore, they never allow themselves to lose emotional control, threes. When shouted at or insulted, they choose silence, threes. When provoked, they smile or walk away, threes. When negative emotions arise, they breathe deeply instead of reacting impulsively. Controlling emotions is not suppression. It's about choosing smarter responses. 6. Dependence on approval. High-value people do not live for others' acceptance or praise. Threes. They don't need others to understand, like, or applaud them. They do what is right because it is right, even when no one is watching through it. They understand this truth. Real value doesn't lie in others' eyes, but in how you treat yourself. The greatest freedom comes from not needing external validation. One of the most important things high-value people never tolerate is being surrounded by toxic individuals who drain their energy. Threes. They do not fear letting go of relationships that no longer serve them. They understand that you are the average of the people you spend the most time with. So they choose their company carefully. When a relationship is full of manipulation, disrespect, or constant negativity, they will kindly but firmly walk away. For them, protecting their peace is more important than pleasing others. Conclusion. What you tolerate shapes your life. Threes. High-value people understand that every day they are either reinforcing their standards or letting them slip. Threes. They never allow disrespect, dishonesty, negativity, emotional instability, dependence on approval, toxic relationships, or excuses to take root in their lives. Threes. Their power lies not in controlling others, but in mastering themselves. They choose calm over conflict, values over trends, and self-respect over short-term acceptance. If you want to live as a high-value individual, start today by asking yourself, what am I tolerating right now that I know I shouldn't? Then make the decision to stop. Threes. Not with anger, but with clarity and commitment. Threes. That is the way of the Stoic and the path to true freedom and deep self-respect. Threes. To fully understand how high-value people live out these Stoic principles, let's explore some powerful real-life stories that show their mindset in action. Story 1. The silent response at work. James, a project manager, faced constant criticism from a colleague who envied his success. During meetings, the colleague often interrupted, mocked his ideas, and tried to undermine him in front of the team. Instead of reacting emotionally, James remained calm. He listened without interrupting, responded only with facts, and never raised his voice. Threes. Eventually, the disruptive colleague's behavior became obvious to everyone. Threes. Leadership intervened, but James' composure had already earned him deep respect from his peers. Threes. By refusing to tolerate disrespect and emotional games, he emerged stronger and more respected, without ever needing to retaliate. Story 2. Cutting off toxic ties. Samantha had a longtime friend who constantly complained, criticized others, and made Samantha feel drained after every meeting. Threes. At first, Samantha tolerated it out of loyalty. Threes. But over time, she realized that negative energy was seeping into her own mindset. Threes. Applying Stoic thinking, Samantha decided not to confront or argue. Threes. She simply started distancing herself slowly and respectfully. She prioritized friendships that inspired and supported her instead. Over months, her clarity, positivity, and productivity soared. She never regretted protecting her peace and removing toxic ties. Story 3. Refusing to chase validation. Ethan, a creative artist, once struggled with social media. Threes. He checked likes and comments obsessively, feeling anxious when his work didn't get enough attention. Threes. One day, reflecting on Marcus Aurelius's teachings, he decided to shift his focus. Threes. I create because it fulfills me, he told himself. 3. External applause does not define my worth. Over time, Ethan posted without expectation, ignored negative comments, and embraced the joy of the process. Surprisingly, his authenticity attracted more admirers than ever, but more importantly, he felt liberated from needing approval. Story 4. Choosing calm during family conflicts. During a family gathering, Olivia's brother harshly criticized her career choices in front of everyone. The room grew tense. 3. Instead of snapping back, Olivia smiled and softly replied, I respect your opinion, but I'm happy with where I am and will continue on my path. Her calm and grounded response diffused the situation. Others respected her restraint, and her brother eventually dropped the subject. Olivia's reaction proved that true strength lies in controlling oneself, not controlling others. Practical applications of Stoic principles in daily life. Understanding what high-value people refuse to tolerate is only the first step. To truly embody Stoic philosophy, one must weave these principles into everyday actions and decisions. Below are practical ways to live by these values across various aspects of life. 3. In professional environments, high-value individuals stand out in the workplace, not because they seek attention, but because they exhibit consistency, integrity, and calm under pressure. They do not tolerate gossip or divisive behavior. Instead, they steer conversations toward constructive topics and focus on solutions. 3. They avoid power struggles. When challenged, they rely on facts and maintain composure rather than engaging in ego battles. They set boundaries respectfully, ensuring they are not overloaded or manipulated into taking on unreasonable tasks. By practicing restraint and clarity, they become natural leaders who earn trust through actions, not dominance. In social situations and friendships, social settings often test one's emotional intelligence. 3. High-value people apply Stoic principles to navigate these spaces gracefully. They refrain from judging others hastily, knowing that assumptions lead to misunderstandings and negativity. They do not seek approval through conformity. Instead, they remain authentic, speaking and acting in alignment with their core values. Then they decline invitations or discussions that compromise their peace without guilt, preserving energy for meaningful interactions. Such individuals are seen as steady, reliable, and magnetic, attracting relationships based on mutual respect. In romantic relationships, love and intimacy can expose emotional vulnerabilities. High-value individuals apply Stoic wisdom to foster healthier bonds. They do not tolerate emotional manipulation or disrespect. Open communication and mutual respect are non-negotiable. They manage their expectations, understanding that their partner is human and will make mistakes. They remain independent and whole, not seeking validation or completion from their partner. Through balance and emotional maturity, they build partnerships rooted in trust, not control or insecurity. In self-management and inner dialogue, above all, high-value people hold themselves to the highest standards when it comes to self-governance. 3. They do not entertain self-doubt or self-sabotaging thoughts. When such thoughts arise, they observe without judgment and redirect focus toward constructive action. They avoid procrastination, knowing that avoidance leads to regret. They prioritize discipline and consistency. 3s. They reject victim mentality. While they acknowledge hardships, they choose responsibility over blame. In doing so, they align their lives with the Stoic ideal to be the master of oneself, regardless of external circumstances. Elevating Stoic thinking in the modern world. Stoicism is not merely an ancient philosophy reserved for Roman sages. In today's ever-changing and turbulent world, its principles have become more essential than ever. High-value individuals do not simply use Stoicism as a shield against rudeness or challenges. They apply it as a guiding compass to live proactively, deeply, and sustainably. Mastering the art of selective information. Nowadays, everyone faces countless streams of information from social media, news, advertisements, and differing opinions. Stoics understand not everything requires a reaction. Not all information holds value. Not every opinion deserves your attention. They carefully filter what enters their minds, maintaining clarity and focus on what truly matters. Staying calm under social pressure, comparison, competition, and the craving for recognition have become invisible standards in modern society. High-value individuals turn to Stoicism to avoid being drawn into meaningless rivalries. Realize that self-worth does not come from others' approval, and stay committed to personal goals instead of chasing trends. They understand that true freedom lies in living authentically without seeking validation from the crowd. Building resilience amid uncertainty. Modern life offers no shortage of unexpected changes, economic crises, personal losses, and unforeseen challenges. Modern Stoics focus only on what they can control. Accept adversity as an inevitable part of life. Maintain discipline and stability, no matter how the world shifts. They turn hardships into opportunities to strengthen their inner fortitude rather than allowing them to become setbacks. Choosing to slow down to go deeper. In the digital age, haste and distractions make it difficult for people to truly connect with themselves. 3s. High-value individuals are not afraid to turn off notifications to maintain focus. Spend quiet time with themselves daily. Invest in meaningful relationships instead of chasing quantity. They understand that slowing down does not mean falling behind. It is the only way to live more deeply and purposefully. 3. Cultivating mindfulness in every moment. A crucial factor that helps modern Stoics maintain their composure is their ability to live mindfully. 3s. Mindfulness does not mean disconnecting from the world. It means being clearly aware of every thought, emotion, and action within oneself. They recognize when anger arises and choose to take deep breaths instead of reacting immediately. And they are aware when they are being pulled into pointless arguments and know when to step away. They observe negative emotions without letting them dictate their actions. Mindfulness allows them to become the true masters of their lives rather than being swept away by circumstances. Nurturing self-control in every decision. High-value people understand that even the smallest choices shape who you are. 3s. That's why they always ask themselves, Does this decision bring me closer to my core values? You avoid making choices driven by pressure or fleeting emotions. Some prioritize integrity, even if it means choosing the harder path. As a result, their lives become clearer, more consistent, and full of inner strength. 3. Accepting impermanence and letting go. According to Stoicism, everything changes. High-value individuals deeply understand that success, relationships, and health can all shift at any time. They do not cling to what is beyond their control. They learn to let go gracefully instead of holding on and suffering. Accepting impermanence does not make them cold. It allows them to live more fully in each moment. Spreading values through humility. Stoics do not boast or impose their thinking on others. Instead, they lead by example, letting actions speak louder than words. They share knowledge with a spirit of encouragement, not judgment, as they respect each person's unique journey, knowing that everyone grows at their own pace. This humility makes them deeper, more grounded, and more appreciated within their communities. Final message. Stoicism is not a cold or emotionless way of life. 3. It is the art of mastering yourself in a chaotic world, helping you live more authentically, deeply, and freely. 3. High-value people choose Stoicism not because they do not feel anger or pain, but because they know